Well, welcome to the Unheard scene. We are interviewing Almost Queen. We have Joe and Randy. We are backstage before they go on stage at Rockin' on the River here in Cuyahoga Falls. Pleased to meet you guys.
You too?
Same here. Yeah.
What persuaded you guys to become a Queen tribute band?
I heard Bohemian Rhapsody in 1975 on the radio, and I think I made that decision at that moment. However,
That's a damn good song.
Same for me. Same
like
for
a
me.
million other people, but I've always played in bands. Randy's played in a million bands, and we've always wanted to do something like this. It just really comes down to meeting the right people, the right musicians, obviously great musicians and people who can sing, and that you can get along with.
Which we're still looking for those guys right now.
Still looking for?
No.
Are you guys the founding members, or are you the
Almost. We
Almost.
almost?
John, the drummer, and I started the band with two other guys. The bassist didn't work out after 6 months, maybe even less, and we immediately picked Randy up. The original guitarist, was with us for a few years, and he decided to leave the band because he was just too busy and other things. And we were fortunate enough to know Steve. He had subbed in for a few shows here and there, both on bass and guitar, and he was amenable to joining.
Multi-talented. Then,
And
I
he's
guess.
great.
Cool.
Cool. You need that. He plays Brian Mays.
That's a big part. I love. He's one of between Anthony and I. If you have to pick a favorite guitarist ever, Brian May
Me too.
is there. Well, if you ask Anthony, they got Mick Mars. He's a big Motley Crue fan too. So, a tribute band as opposed to a regular band. What comes into it? Do you prefer the sound, the look?
Well, I guess with a regular band, if you're doing something on your own, you kind of have your own vision, and that's the way you kind of go. But with a tribute band, really only one way of doing it, and that's to kind of mock and copy and kind of get down what they're doing. And you need to get close to that. When you're in your own band, you can kind of have the license to do whatever you want.
Is the sound more important or the look? I'm seeing Joe here, and he looks. I'm telling you, I'm sorry, I don't have cameras here, and we're gonna take pictures, and we're gonna put pictures up. But
the look is
damn,
It's something a little hair gel and a broom under your nose. Growing a mustache helps. When I started the band, my hair was really long, and we were up in the air as whether I should go with a long-haired Freddie, which is what I know and a lot of Queen fans know.
Yeah.
However, the look I have now is the most recognizable Freddie Mercury look: short hair, mustache.
Yeah.
He did have it for the longest time in their career, and when you think of Freddie Mercury, you think of a mustache, and so it just automatically jumps into people's minds, and it's easier to emulate this look. The other look entails not only long hair but very tight leotards, and not that the clothes I wear it's tight enough. The jeans are tight enough.
you better
I
have a
think,
big package. I'm sorry.
You got to work with what you have. But,
getting back to what I think music is definitely the most important thing about it, no doubt. Looking like him and dressing like him, definite bonus, because if you go see a band, it's a tribute band, and they don't look like him, you lose that kind of magic.
That's my opinion
Fortunate
too.
for me, I didn't have to emanate John Deacon, luckily,
Mhm.
because he had the worst fashion sense of anyone on the planet. So. I love him, but
He looked like like he was out of place.
he
Everybody
looked
else
like he just woke up out of bed or something
Right.
like that. Like, put on some trousers.
not to demean his performance.
He's
He's
the
He's amazing, and he wrote some of the
best
greatest
songs.
Queen songs there are.
Yes.
His song went number one out of all four guys in the band. He wrote the number one song.
I'm in love with my cart. No,
No,
that was
he wrote
Roger.
Another One Bites the Dust,
Another one by yes. Okay.
which charted higher than Bohemian Rhapsody.
And that was one of the things about him, to have a bass line that's so totally recognizable.
Right.
When it just comes on, everyone, I know what that is. So, where are you guys all from? Are you all from the same area? Or?
Yeah, we are. It's kind of average that we're from New York City. Two of the guys live in Jersey, and two of us live just into Long Island.
That's
so
cool. You guys like tour nationwide or just?
yeah, pretty much.
All
We get
over,
around here.
all over America, the islands,
Yeah, Central America and Mexico a lot.
The big question: have you ever met any of the members of Queen?
No, but I have exchanged emails with Brian May.
I spoke to Brian May on the phone.
You spoke to him?
I actually did. Because a friend of mine, because I toured a lot, got friends with custom agents. He called me one day. We always call me and say, oh, Paul McCartney's walking through. Oh, this guy's walking through. And one day he called and said, Brian May's walking through. I said, then put me on the phone when I'm ready. He's like, what? I'm like, just ask him. He's the nicest guy in the world. He's not going to say no. Put him on the phone. Next thing I know, I hear, hello?
Let me say hi at least.
It was unbelievable. It was so nice. And I just really said, the first song I ever heard in my life was Tie Your Mother Down. And I said, that's what I want to do. And I played with all these credible bands.
Now, wait a minute. The first thing you ever heard him say is tie your mother down. That's what you want to do, is you want to tie your mother down?
No. I meant the music.
I know. So. I'm just saying.
I did hear Bohemian directly after that. Flip the side. I know. I mean, it's not like I haven't tied a few mothers down in my time.
Haven't we all?
Wow. I want to ask, simply because I got so into it, that whole Queen extravaganza thing that they did. Did you guys enter into that? Did you try that? Or
two guys in the band entered,
oh, they did, yeah,
but not us.
We did. But it's one thing. It's a great thing to do, and it's going to raise the notoriety of Queen and our band. It just puts the name and the songs more in people's minds and lips. It's the beauty of doing what we do is that we can play what the set list we want. We could wear the costumes we want. We could play the venues we want as often as we want,
right,
or not play them. It's another to be part of a company, which is great, but you're an employee of the company, and their vision might not fit your vision of what it should be. And we have a vision. We kind of circle around the 1980 Queen. When Freddie did cut his hair and grow a mustache, and we try to get that era. Because you don't look silly doing the later songs, but you can still do the earlier songs. Stuff. Yeah. Queen did those later in their career as well in concert. So just because of this look, and it's just easier to get the costumes, honestly. And
how hard was it for you to get that voice? Freddie Mercury is one of the most
cost a lot of money. That voice,
one of the most unmistakable.
My parents are both singers and musicians.
Really?
I played clarinet and saxophone as a child, and I'm not sure if it's true, but I feel that it strengthened my lungs and vocal cords.
Yeah, I would think that might be able to, yeah.
And I was always a singer. I always sang. I always had instruments laying around the house. My father plays 6 or 7 instruments, and my mother had a hit record when she was 16.
So you're kind of a do-it-all with a...
Well, they come from a musical family.
Good voice.
Yeah, some people have said so.
I've heard you. I'm going to say that.
I'm my own worst critic, but yeah, I mean, some nights I'm very happy, and some nights I'm not so happy.
He's very critical, but from my experience and people I've played with, I think Joe has phenomenal voice.
See, I got to kind of agree with him to the point where I am my own biggest critic as well.
Who isn't?
I mean, I don't even we're doing this podcast right here. I don't even listening to our own podcast.
Right.
Because I don't even like my own voice,
Sure.
So
I'm coming through, right? Because I'm trying to.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay.
We can adjust it. We can adjust it. How did you pick your members? Did you guys just get lucky, or did you find them locally, or did they find you?
We found that. Well, Randy was turned on to the band. Randy knew the guitarist and the drummer. Well, he didn't really know John.
No, I knew John, the drummer. I didn't know the guitar player that much, but the manager that was first around when the band started knew me. And I guess when the bass player wasn't working out, I was actually just coming up to the next, that day I got the call to go in. The next day I played 22 songs with you guys that night or whatever. You just kind of, it's a little of who you know, and a little luck, and such is the music business.
Cool. I've loved Queen for the longest time. My best friend, he passed away in '91. He was 16 years old. He turned me on to Queen, and I've seen you guys before, and it's a phenomenal show. I mean, I can't say anything else better than.
I want to say thank you, but I also would like to say we're really lucky that we're 4 guys who can play the songs and sing the songs. All right? But really, what it does really come down to is that we're playing Queen songs. That's the end of it. So you go see a band play, and it's it's the song itself. And most bands do not play Queen songs because they are really, really hard to pull off vocals. You're not going to do it right. People stay away from Queen songs. So when you're in a crowd and you see a band, everyone's done it. They go see a band, they wake up the next day going, "Oh, great! Oh my God, blah blah." nobody ever gets to see Queen songs. So when you have all these unbelievable, like, huge hit songs in one night, that's for me. I think that's 80% of our show. Obviously, it is,
And it's
the set
fun
list.
music. There's nothing, nothing you could take too seriously. Every song just about is, it's just fun. Nothing's, you don't have to say, well, this one goes out to the Native Americans and what they went through. No, it's just a party song.
It's
Almost
just
every
out,
song.
it's just out having fun.
Music's an escape, and Freddie and Brian and John, all of them knew that, wrote songs, that people can lose themselves in. And
One
that's
thing,
what it's all about.
one thing I didn't know about Queen right away is how much Brian actually sang. How much does the Brian character sing in yours, or do
Well,
you,
he's-
Joe, sing?
He sings a couple of songs. He sings the beginning of 39, and then I take over, and he's singing all night backup. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't
obviously
Queen
backup.
without having 3 backup
Oh
singers.
yeah, no, you can't.
So it's so important. He's got a great voice. Which is why he does take the lead on the one song, and it gives me a break.
You,
It's great.
you need
It's
it.
great for all of us.
Well, what are you trying to say? You don't want to hear his
I'm
voice?
kidding. No, I do. I love Joe's voice.
All right. I do have one last question. I heard something about a benefit that some of your proceeds that you guys make tonight are going to. What is that?
It's the Mercury Phoenix Trust. It was set up by the estate of Freddie Mercury, and his family oversees it, his sister and his mother. It's a benefit that donates to AIDS charities. It's a fantastic organization. Part of our merchandise proceeds goes to that. We sell
Sweet.
T-shirts and large guitar
Sweet.
picks and photos and stuff. Very cheaply, by the way, and you can get them online too at the website. But rest assured,
I'm going to ask you to plug after you get done
almostqueen.com.
doing that. So plug the website after you get done talking about your charity there. Go ahead and
yeah,
finish.
and you'll see it's on our website. It references the charity, and there's a link to the charity. And then every year, at the end of the year, right before taxes, we send them a nice gift.
Right before taxes. All right. Plug the website real quick.
It's almostqueen.com. We're on Facebook as Almost Queen. We have a MySpace page, but nobody goes there anymore, as well as
No.
us. So scratch that. But definitely Facebook. We all monitor the Facebook page, all 4 members, and we will answer any questions or requests.
Do you do Words with Friends?
Pardon?
Do you do Words with Friends?
Not on that side.
I do Words with Friends on his site.
What is that?
Scrabble. It's Scrabble.
Oh,
Words with
no.
Friends is Scrabble. My mother passed away. Sorry, I'm the guy with everybody that passed away, but her and I played Scrabble a lot.
I love Scrabble.
So I play Scrabble on his Words with Friends.
That's cool.
So
They got a million games on it.
yes,
I play Texas Hold'em
Texas Hold'em.
all the time.
All
Yeah.
right,
Jeopardy.
maybe I'll try to find you on Texas Hold'em.
All right.
Look
I'm
for
in the big room.
in the big room.
I am.
All righty.
20K, 40K.
20. That's not going to be me. All righty. I want to thank you guys. Thank you, Joe.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Anthony, thank you.
Have a good show.
All right, thanks so much.
Thank you for showing up. Tell all the guys I said the same thing.
Sure will.
Thank you.
Thanks.